see, I'm gonna move that over there. Okay. Hey guys, welcome. I'm literally trying to get everything set up right now. Wait, hold up. Okay. That's not it. Okay. I probably should have cleaned this off. There we go. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, okay. I think we are on YouTube and on Facebook. So, yes, super, super excited. Yeah, let me get some water real quick because it's a lot. All right. All right. Welcome, everyone. Hey, Kenya girl. Welcome. If you are just joining, I am Chelsea. I'm the owner of Zion Studios Co., which is a digital media company. And before we get started tonight, we're talking about 5 reasons. Well, this looks like 10, but 5 reasons why your content sucks. Okay, so before we get into tonight's topic, definitely go ahead and share this live with 5 to 10 people who you have either spoken with or who are in your DMs right now, because that seems to be popping these days. So, yeah, go ahead and share this with 5 to 10 people and tell them to join and come on in. And yeah, I'm super excited. Ready for the tea. I love it. If you do hear any noise in the background, that is the garage going. So I do apologize about that. Y'all, I am a water fiend, okay? I've been loving water these days. Haven't always liked that, but that's neither here nor there. All right, so as I mentioned, welcome to the Zion Studios Facebook page if you're following us on Facebook, and to my YouTube page, Chelsea D. Adams, if you are on YouTube. Again, my name is Chelsea Adams. I'm the owner of Zion Studios Co., a digital media company, and I help amateurs create amazing content, right? Whether you are a business owner, you're creative yourself, you're looking to start a business or start a side hustle, doing some sort of creativity skill, and you want to learn how to go from amateur to amazing content, then I'm your girl, okay? So that's who I am. That's what I do. And that's who I help. So I'm super excited. If you have any questions or anything, definitely leave them in the chat. I will be looking through the chat to answer questions, so definitely keep that in mind. But as I mentioned tonight, I wanted to talk about 5 reasons why your content sucks. Now, for me personally, I've been in this creative space for several years. In college, I went to Georgia State University. And during college, I learned a lot of creative skills that I didn't realize that I already had. Right, so I was a part of a marketing committee. So we hosted live events every year, and I'm talking major events like live performances with people like Lil Wayne, Trey Songz, any artist you can think of. We've held them at our school. And so part of the marketing committee, we would put together the flyers and the posters and get the message out and spread the word. So content creation has been a thing for me for several years. And even outside of that experience, I also had a women's ministry called I Am She Movement, where I put together a short film, which is actually on my YouTube channel if you haven't had a chance to check that out. It's called Rise Up. And so creating content is my thing, right? More recently in 2020, at the beginning, well, near the end of 2020 during the pandemic, I turned my creative skills into a business. Not like it was purposeful, but not really, in the sense that I was in need of some extra cash, and a friend of mine reached out to say, hey, why don't you put a post on social media doing photos, because I had been helping them in their business. And so I was like, okay, sure, why not? So I posted it. So many people booked. I literally was booked from August of that year to about January of the following year. So several months of just taking photos, building people's businesses and brands through content creation, and even getting into some videography as well too, with commercials and reels. I even got hired to do a reel for a brand, a couple of brands actually. And so like I said, content creation is a huge thing. We live in a social media age and world and time now. And a lot of people want to know like why it's important to have great content, right? I meet a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, people who may be in the young adult age range or even older, who don't really understand the importance of having great content. And I always say, people have eyes and ears, right? So they're gonna see. We are on social media pretty much all day, every day, and so we see everything, we hear everything. And if you're anywhere on the in the world, you're gonna see and hear just about anything, right? You might be driving and you see a billboard sign with Chick-fil-A on it, right? You could be in the car listening to a podcast, right? Or listening to a commercial about a podcast. All of those things, all of those are different mediums of communication. And so your content is meant for people to see and hear, right? And so because people are already seeing and hearing, why not have your content out there for them to see and hear, right? Especially if your content is uplifting, it's empowering, it's educating, right? That needs to be out there, because we see so much content in the media already that does not do that. It does the opposite of that. It's drama, it's messy, it's shady, right? We don't need none of that, right? We need more content that is going to uplift and empower and encourage and educate our communities, our next generation, right? And so that's why it's important to have great content, because if your content is great, it's going to get out to the masses. But if your content looks like a 5-year-old did it, I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen, right? And yeah, so, and I'm looking at my notes here. So if you see me looking down, so it's important that you create great content, because one, people have eyes and ears, like I said, and two, you're creating content to make money from it. Like if you are a business owner, right, and you're posting your pictures, you're posting your videos, you're posting your reels, but it's not making you any money, okay, we need to run to the drawing board, because what the heck is going on, right? And a lot of people think that, okay, well, I'm making this content, and it looks cute, but it ain't making no money. All right, we don't need cute, we need conversions. All right, that's a message. We don't need cute, we need conversions. Okay, and so what is content anyway? So I'm going to read the definition on Google. And content creation is identifying a topic that you want to share with the world, choosing the best way to showcase it, and effectively producing it, right? So that's all content creation is. It is identifying a topic that you want to share, right, with the world, choosing the best way to showcase that, and effectively producing it, right? And so some ideas of that as it relates to content creation, okay? So let's say Target, right? Because they've been in the media, okay? So Target, right? Their content creation was, okay, let's make a post, or let's make a video, or let's have a brand come and we partner with them to create this you know, product, right? This clothing line, okay? So when they create that clothing line, when they partner, right, that person or the marketing team, they're going to create banners, okay? They're going to create a setup in the stores, right? Target has thousands of stores all over the world, right? So you have to think about, they need a setup in every single store that they have, right? So that includes shelving, that includes the colors of the panels on that shelving, that includes the signs and the posters. All of that is content creation. All of that is important, right? For Zion Studios, our content creation and how I help amateurs make amazing content is through photo and video. Okay, so with us, I'm teaching you how to improve your photos, whether that's taking your photos, photo editing, right? Learning the best apps to use to edit your photos, to post them, whether that's creating graphics, right? Using your photos to make graphics for your website or for a promo campaign that you're putting together, right? Videos, video editing, getting in front of the camera, understanding the importance of lighting, right? Understanding the importance of sound, audio. All of those things go into play when you are creating content. And for a lot of people that I meet and that I see, your content sucks because you're not paying attention to the lighting. You sitting in the dark and the light's behind you or the window is behind you. Notice how I just closed the blind here because it's a window here. So this light is coming in. You wouldn't be able to see me clearly, right? And if I'm putting out a product or a service to my client and they can't see me, that's an issue. That's a problem, right? And a lot of business owners, a lot of people don't think about that. They don't pay attention to that, right? And we'll see people on social media like, oh, their content is so great. Their content is so nice. I wish I could do that. Baby, you can. You just need to learn how to do that. And that's what I'm here for, okay? So let's go into the 5 reasons that your content sucks, all right? Perfect segue. So, number 1 reason why people's content sucks is because they're a copycat, right? You are a copycat. And what I mean by that is you will go on social media, you'll see somebody's post or somebody's reel or somebody's video or even somebody's sound, right? And you'll say, okay, I really like that. That got a lot of views. Okay, let me try to recreate it just like that. Number 1, you're not them, so you can't do what they do. Number 2, you don't have the equipment or whatever that they may have had. You you don't have that, okay? 3, you could definitely create something the same, if not better, doing your own way, which is what works for you, for your audience, who you're trying to reach, right? So being a copycat, that's not going to help, right? Trying to fold your arms the same way that another person did, or trying to copy the terminology that another person uses, that's not beneficial because that's going to get you their audience. And if that's what you on, this is not for you. But if you're trying to build your own audience, build your own brand, build your own business, all of that, you need to find what works for you. And you're only going to know that by being yourself, being authentic, being original, right? So that's number 1. You're a copycat, okay? Number 2, it's hard. I realize like I'm looking different ways. Anyway, number 2, you don't believe that you're creative, okay? So I made a video a couple weeks ago saying stop saying that you're not creative, right? And I said that because I meet a lot of people who are in very different industries outside of creative industries. Maybe they're a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer, They work a 9 to 5, whatever the case may be. And they're like, oh, I'm not creative. I don't know how to do that. I can't do that. Well, yeah, you can't, because you keep saying that you can't. You are literally speaking that over yourself, right? And if you have the Spirit of God living on the inside of you, what does he tell us? He tell us to not speak against what he has said about us. He says he made us fearfully and wonderfully made. Okay? That don't sound like you're not creative to me. You are created by the creator of the world, right? He's very brilliant, okay? And he deposits that on the inside of you. He said, let us make man in our image and in our likeness, right? That means you have creativity within you already born, right? Because you're made in his likeness and in his image, okay? So stop saying that you're not creative. Just because your creativity does not look like somebody else's does not mean that you're not creative. It just means it showcases itself in a different way, right? Maybe it's the terminology that you use. Maybe it's the way that you show up in your everyday job. That's creative. Maybe it's the way that you dress. Maybe you have a certain style about yourself. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, that, all of that is creativity, and all of that can be implemented in your content through your photos and your videos, right? Even if you're a nurse, right, you can still create your own content. How? You can make a course on teaching people how to check their own blood pressure, right? Literally, something super simple. That's creative. That's content right there, right? So, and you don't have to have some major studio put it together. You can literally do it in your living room like I'm doing right now, right? So that's number one. Well, number one, you're a copycat. Number two, you don't believe that you're creative. Number three, you don't spend time perfecting your craft, right? So recently I relearned how to ride a bike. Now you might be saying, Chelsea, what the heck? I know. All right. I learned how to ride a bike as a kid, but I hadn't rode a bike in forever. Okay. And I decided that, okay, I'm going to ride the bike. I want to get some exercise in. Okay, cool. I get on a bike, baby, what? My feet don't know how to, like, my brain and my feet, they're not matching, okay? It literally took somebody from coming across the street to come and help me to relearn how to ride this bike, right? Now, that might seem like, okay, whatever, Chelsea, but as it relates to your creativity and your skill set in content creation, if you do not continue to practice what you learn, you will lose it, right? If you are not constantly perfecting your craft, it's not going to get better, right? It's just like a person who is a makeup artist, right? When you first start out doing your makeup, it look real childish. It looks real uneven. The eyebrows be looking crazy, right? But as you continue to do it, though, like I remember being in high school with a girl, and she was just starting out in makeup, right? And at first it was very dark. Y'all know how, like, when people don't really know how to do their eyebrows, it'd be real like black and dark and like thick, right? So that's how it started looking out. Baby, by the end of the school year, she was doing other people's eyebrows, and it was looking very, like, it looked so natural. Why? Because literally every single day that she would get up, she would do her eyebrows every day. That's like almost 365 days in a year. Imagine the amount of progression that you could have in your content creation skills if you practice your craft every single day. If you took time out of your day, 15, 30 minutes, an hour, every single day perfecting your craft, imagine how much you could grow. For those of us who are in the creative space, right? Maybe we have a side hustle. Maybe we're a photographer, a videographer, a graphic designer, right? Or we want to get into those things. Practice your craft every single day. Go out and take photos every single day. Go out and make videos every single day, right? You're going to notice that, wow, like, I'm getting better. You're learning things that you didn't know before. You're investing in new equipment, whatever it may be, right? But you're growing. And then on top of that, you have no idea what that can do in the long haul. We'll get into that later. But yeah, so one, you're a copycat. Two, you don't believe that you're creative. Three, you don't spend time protecting your craft, or perfecting your craft, I'm sorry. Four, you don't believe in investing in yourself, right? So number four is you don't believe in investing in yourself. I meet a lot of people who are so quick to post about somebody else's work. They're so quick to promote somebody else's brand, somebody else's business, somebody else's whatever, right? But they don't invest in themselves, right? Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, professionally, right? That's important. It's important that you invest in yourself. And what I mean by that is if you are in a creative space, right? And you are a photographer or a videographer and you've been a photographer or videographer for at least a year, right? Why are you still using a old beat up camera, right? You're holding yourself back from thousands of new dollars, new clients that could come in because this camera that you're using is not the best quality, and you know that. It was given to you, it was passed down, whatever, and you've made it, you made good with what you've had, but you're like, I don't know if I want to invest that much. I don't know if it's worth it. Maybe it's a course, right? Maybe it's a course to help you in your professional development, right? But you're looking at the price tag and you're like, oh, I don't know, like I'm gonna have to pull from my savings for that, or I'm gonna have to. Baby, do you want the development or not? If you know that the person that you are looking into doing this course with is going to help you get to where you're trying to go, why wouldn't you invest in yourself? Right? It's like you get your hair done, you get your makeup done, you get your lashes done, you get a cute outfit, right? And we see the people all the time on social media. They'll post where their dress is from, their shoes are from, their glasses are from, all those things, right? And so they're giving those brands all this attention, all this traffic, right? But they have an ebook course that they ain't saying nothing about. They might post it in their story here and there, but that's it. But you're posting these other brands every single day. You're not investing in yourself, right? For some of us, that means a rest day. That's a curse word in a lot of households because you don't value yourself enough to say, you know what? I don't have to work right now. I can take a day to rest. Right? I can shut my eyes, I can go to a park, I can read a book, I can do something that makes me feel happy and joyful and at peace. And I do not have to click in on a computer. I don't have to log in. I can call somebody to fill in my shift. But no, because we're like, oh, I gotta make this money. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Do you trust God or not? Right? Like that's really the root of it is, do you trust God or not? Do you trust that God is your provider or not? Do you trust that if you don't show up today, God is not going to show up to, like, it's like, do you not think that God is not going to show up for you if you choose to take a break? He's the God that never sleeps. So if he don't sleep, baby, I'm definitely about to take me a nap. Like, period. No. If he is the God who never sleeps, that means he is allowing me to sleep. So that's what I'm going to do. Right? And that does not equate, that's not the same thing for those people who always sleeping, right? Because he said that slumber leads to poverty, right? So if you sleep it too much and you're not getting no work done, you're not being effective and you're not being productive, baby, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people that work too much. You don't take no breaks. All gas, no breaks. Like, that's you. I'm talking to you. Sit down. Take a break. Trust that God is going to work on your behalf when you are not working. All right? Number 4, you don't believe in investing in yourself. That's the main reason why content sucks. Because especially if you're a creative person, you will realize that if you're constantly putting out, constantly doing this, taking photos, taking pictures, all that stuff. And a lot of creatives, we already know this. If you're constantly doing that, you get burnt out. Your creativity, it just loses its flavor. You start repeating the same things and the same types of content. There's no freshness, no newness, no nothing. I was like that the end of last year. That's why I took a break. I haven't been back on social media in like 6 months now, right? And that's because I was getting burnt out. I was not taking time to creatively get back to a position and a place of newness and freshness, right? That's important, right? Your content sucks because you're not taking a break and you looking at what everybody else got going on, that you're not giving God time to pour back into you, right? All right, the last reason, number 5, that your content sucks is because you fail to share it with the world, right? What I mean by that is you're not consistent with it, right? You might post here and there, you might share it with one or two people, but imagine if the same way that people are so quick to share about the Popeye sandwich, right? Popeyes, that's a great example. Thank you, Holy Spirit. That's a great example. Popeyes came out with the chicken sandwich, right? That chicken sandwich was really, really good, okay? They didn't have to make a commercial about it, right? They didn't have to put out a sign or a poster or put it in a newspaper. None of that. They just had to. They just had one person go on TikTok. I don't think they even paid this person to make a post about it. But this person made a TikTok about it, and they were just like, "Oh my goodness, this chicken sandwich is so good, da da da, whatever." And then so many people were started to try it. Next thing you know, all the lines are long. Everybody is sold out all over the place off of word of mouth. So you mean to tell me that it's possible for you to have something so amazing, so brilliant, right? So magnificent, but you not sharing it with the world? It's like the gospel message, right? God did something so amazing, so perfect, so powerful, right? And he went and he shared it with the world. There was no social media. There was no telephone. There was no internet. There was no website. But people all the way in other countries was hearing it during Bible times, right? It's important that if you believe in what you are putting out, that you share it with the world. Your content sucks because you're not sharing it. So you're wondering why it's not leading to conversions. Nobody knows about it, sis, bro. You're not sharing, right? So those are the 5 reasons. Once again, 1, you're a copycat. 2, you don't believe that you're creative. 3, you don't spend time perfecting your craft. 4, you don't believe in investing in yourself. And 5, you fail to share it with the world. All right. Rest is so important. That's how you get refilled. Yes, absolutely. Rest is so important. That is definitely how you get refilled. So those are the 5 reasons that your content sucks. But I'm here to show you how to make it better, right? So in that, I discussed, ways to make it better. We talked about rest. We talked about investing in your craft. We talked about being authentic, being true to who you are, right? Stop saying word curses against who God has made you to be, and be consistent in sharing it with the world. Now, after all of this, Chelsea, I realized that I've been doing, you're thinking to yourself, like, you've been doing all this stuff and you want to learn how to make your content better. You wish you knew how to do that. You want to learn, you want to grow. Well, I have the perfect thing for you, right? So I'm coming out with the Zion Studios Creative Community, right? This is a membership community for creatives like you and I who are amateurs, right? We didn't go to school for this. We may have been learning on YouTube, or we may have been a self-taught creative, or we want to become more creative. We want to tap into our creativity because we're going to stop saying that we're not creative, right? You need that community. I'm a firm believer that community is powerful, right? God does not call us to be in isolation, number 1. And number 2, there are some powerful things that happen when we are in community with other people. There are creative ideas that come about. There are new business opportunities that come about. Like, it's so many beautiful things and powerful things that come about when we're in community. And so I wanted to create a community for creatives like myself to be able to grow with one another, grow in our faith, grow in our craft, right? For those of you who want to learn more about photo and video and building your skill set in that, learning how to take better photos, how to take better videos, learning the ins and outs of all of that, editing, everything like that. I wanted to create this community just for us. And honestly, I don't really see nobody doing it other than me right now. And so, yeah, that is on our website. So if you would like to join, it is open now. So you'll go to www.zionstudios.co. Zion is spelled Z-Y-O-N. Okay, you're going to go to www.zionstudios.co, C-O, and you're going to look at the top of the page. You'll see a banner that that you'll click on to join the Creative Community membership. Now, this is a membership program, meaning that it is a monthly subscription, which you can unsubscribe at any time. But in this membership, it is monthly. So you'll get emails. We also have some private courses that are coming out. You'll get behind the scenes on digital products, right? You'll learn how to create your own content, how to build that out, what that looks like, all of that good stuff. And we even have some in-person events. So I'm super excited to have this community. So definitely click the link. For that, it's www.zionstudios.co, right? So again, that's www.zionstudios.co. So yeah, go ahead, go to the website, click the banner at the top, check it out, join. Like I said, it is subscription based. And so yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this live. I've never done a Facebook Live before. And I'm getting more familiar with my YouTube lives, so I'm super excited about that. And so, yeah, thank you all so much for joining me. If you have any questions, definitely just leave a comment. You can send us an email on the website as well, too. And I will be back. So I'll be doing these videos every night for the next 10 nights. So I'll be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're talking about something completely different. All right, so super excited. So I'll see you back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Peace.